up? My name is Joe Kaiser. This is going to be the introduction for my YouTube channel. I'm going to talk about my vehicles today. So, this is the tow rig, also the daily driver at this point. It's a 2001 F250. It's got the 7.3 liter diesel, 6-speed manual transmission, 4-wheel drive. It's got just under 300,000 miles on it. Got to do an oil change. I'm at 299, but she's still going strong. Since we got the interior open, I guess I'll talk about what I've done in here first. Pretty much just done stereo. I got this Pioneer double din and a subwoofer, 12-inch. You can't see. It's tucked behind my seat. But I got 12-inch JL sub. I think that's pretty much it for the interior. Oh well. Also got the Edge programmer right here. Creates more power, better fuel economy. So what's not to like about that? I'm the third owner of this truck. The original owner, it was pretty much all stock, and then the second owner did most of the work on it. So we got this 4-inch lift in the front, and it's like a metric size tire, but it's basically like a 34-inch and some 17-inch rims. Bilstein shocks and steering stabilizer. Under the hood, got a S&B cold air intake, Motorcraft batteries. This is just wiring for my stereo, and got the wastegate disconnected, so it spools up a little more. Might want to do like a 6-liter turbo in the future if this one ever gives out. That'd be pretty cool. And stuff you can't see, it's got 500 horsepower Swamps diesel performance injectors and a South Bend 500 horsepower clutch. I think that's just about it for the bottom. So I'm just sitting here editing this, and I realized I forgot a couple things. It also has a 4-inch MBRP straight pipe coming from the turbo back, which is legal in California, being an 01 and never had catalytic converters from the factory. And that's going into a 7-inch tip, which I don't really like the look of, but I do like the sound of, so maybe one day, hopefully I'll cut that into an axle dump. It also has XDP bellowed up pipes, along with a new wastegate housing, and then a PCV reroute. One day I'd like to do a oil catch can, but for now it's just spitting on the ground so it doesn't shoot shitty oil back into my turbo. And then finally, we just have some 2008 taillights, which I installed myself. Oh, and then the 2008 tow mirrors that the previous owner put on. Story behind the bed. So, call me the zebra, got the 2 different colors going on. Basically, the original bed was really dented up, and by the time we got all the bodywork done, you had to respray it anyway. So the previous owner picked up this bed, which is pretty straight. It just needs to be paint matched. And I've been rocking it for a while. I traded the original bed for a flat bed, and the plan was if I get the flat bed and fix it, because there was some problems with it, I'll be able to sell it, and then I'll have money to paint the bed. Well, nobody wanted to buy it, so I'm thinking what I might do is actually just put the flatbed on this and run that for a while, and then maybe somebody will want to buy it then, or I'll just rock it for a while. Here we got, this is going to be in the future my daily driver. It's a 2003 new Beetle, 1.8 liter turbo, 5-speed manual. I got it for my sister, doing the head gasket and water pump, did a valve job. So this is going back together soon, but I gotta get some money for some tires and a battery and registration and insurance and all that. But yeah, I got the head off right now. Let's see, you'll be seeing some videos of me working on this, and hopefully we'll be going back together really soon. So you've seen the daily tow rig. I guess now it's time to talk about the race car, if you want to call it that. This is my 1994 Mustang. May not look like much to some people, but it holds a very special place in my heart. Lots of sentimental, value in this car. I don't want to get too far down the rabbit hole with the whole story, but basically, my dad bought it in like 97 when I was only a couple years old from an insurance auction, and this core support was smashed all the way to the firewall. So when it ended up being more work than he anticipated, so it kind of sat around for about 20 years until I needed a car, and then it became our project. So when I started working on this car, there was nothing in front of this firewall. It was pretty much half a car. And so about a year and a half, it took my dad and I to put it back together. And I drove it for a while. Just a V6, it's kind of painted up pretty and whatnot. And got, oh gosh, we're gonna get into the mods in this. let's see, they got this BBK strut tower brace. I've done some head work on it, shaved the head a little bit for some more compression and open up the ports. Got a V8 radiator. It was originally a Cobra radiator, but then it leaked, so I just went back to the standard 4.6 one. Flowmaster 40 mufflers, dual exhaust, which is not standard on the V6. I got a Steeda full length subframe connectors, which stiffen the chassis a little bit. It's lower it a bit. I'm probably forgetting a ton of stuff as far as modifications, but again, another unfortunate fact is it's an automatic. I would like to do a 5-speed swap in the future. This is just kind of sitting right now because I got into this accident, and basically it was kind of my fault, kind of not. But the guy hit me, but it would have been way too hard to prove that he hit me instead of me hitting him, so I couldn't get any money from insurance. So if you look at this side, you can see it's smashed from the quarter panel all the way to the fender, and you probably saw some of the damage in front too. But basically what I would like to do with this is pick up a donor car, which are, if they have, the motor doesn't run very good or it's got some problems, could be really cheap. And then basically I'd have all the body panels to fix this when I feel like it. But for starters, I would buy a 5-speed car, so then I could have everything I need to swap it. It would just be a bolt-on thing. I'd take the ECU, wiring harness, flywheel, everything I need. It would literally just be bolting it on. And I'd like to maybe, drive it around for a while with the 5-speed swap, all smashed up, maybe drift a little bit. That'd be kind of cool. If I smack it around, it doesn't matter. And then when I'm ready to make it pretty again, I have all the body panels I need and just swap them over. Yeah, also, this is my Bronco, 91 Bronco, 4-wheel drive. I think all of them are 4-wheel drive. 5-liter automatic. I don't really know what I'm doing with it, but you might see me do something with it in the future. And then, okay, so I think that's going to be it for this introduction. Basically, the reason why I decided to start making videos is some of the stuff that I do and my dad do, in my opinion, is kind of more interesting than some of the stuff I watched on YouTube. So I figured, why not make some videos? Maybe some people will watch what I do. So I hope you enjoyed it, and stay tuned for more in the future.